Sometimes people ask me, how do you raise such multi-talented children? And I have no straight answer to this question. Back towards 2017, I got an opportunity, my very first opportunity, to train young people. After a while, I started to realize that I enjoyed to teach and I enjoyed passing my skills to young people. I enjoyed mentoring them. I enjoyed sharing my life lessons with them to help them avoid making the same mistakes that I have made in my life. And before I knew it, we had started Reminac TV, a channel that is dedicated to showcasing the amazing talents of young children and also create lucrative opportunities for them. So since 2018, I have been very focused on training and skilling the young generation in a multitude of creative skills, both in visual arts and performing arts. I have volunteered in so many different organizations and schools to teach and pass on my skills to the children that are willing to learn them. In the course of the period I've been training children from various places, I have been blessed to see so many children awaken their natural talents and skills. I've seen so many incredible, talented children that I believe are going to be very powerful, creative people as they grow up. I believe they're going to be very smart people with very unique points of view, because in whatever I teach, imagination and creativity stand at the foreground. Critical thinking is developed as a result of imagination and creativity. In the period of 2022 and 2023, something that has perhaps never happened before in my career and also as part of Reminac, we were able to see perhaps the highest number we have ever seen of very skilled, multi-talented, self-driven children. When 2022 started, these children did not seem like they had any potential. Because of COVID, it seemed to me that they would never be able to awaken their talents, or they would never even be able to awaken their skills or realize their skills. But they surprised me. After 2 terms of teaching them, they started to become so good, so good that they inspired the Reminac Rising Star Kids Awards to honor and celebrate amazing young talent. Because of how good they became, people started to reach out to me and to the Reminac social media, asking for these children to be part of their events as performers, as dancers, as singers, as backup singers, as spoken word performers. This brought a lot of joy to my heart as their teacher, and I made it a point to expose them to a lot of creative spaces and a lot of professional creative people that have been in the creative industry for so long and have succeeded in it, so that they continue to be inspired in whatever they do, so that they continue to see the miracle of their talents and skills. On this day, courtesy of their music teacher, Mr. Colin, They were invited to the National Theatre to be backup singers for Mr. Bronson, who was performing for the very first time at the National Theatre. They did such an amazing role that he was very, very impressed with them. We got to meet and speak with so many amazing artists and spoken word performers. They were so inspired by these people that they made it their point to improve on their ability to speak, their ability to write, their ability to perform, their ability to express themselves.
Training place. We are calling you. Behind, backstage. Yeah. Come with you. Do you remember?
After this experience, their growth accelerated so rapidly, and lucrative opportunities started knocking on their door.
Just a kid is. SpongeBob. Continue. I think. Hey, hi. Oh, yeah. So, there is a dressing room for girls if you want. Will they change? No. They will be like this. Yeah.
That experience was perhaps the most inspiring experience they had ever been part of. And after it ended, they were never the same. They were more inspired to put a lot of energy in everything that they do. Suddenly, they understood the value of their talents. And how improving them could open doors to opportunities that are simply unimaginable. We believe strongly in equipping young children with a multitude of different special skills and talents, both in visual arts and performing arts, because we believe that in these uncertain times, children with a lot of skills and talents stand better odds of getting employment or even creating their own unique businesses that can be successful. And as if to prove me right, lucrative opportunities started to show up for these children because of how much effort they were putting into the things that they were learning. From their second visit to the National Theatre, they started to put a lot of effort into their skills, started to work much harder than they had ever worked before. They did all my assignments. And as they developed their critical thinking skills, their imagination and creativity, they were able to also improve their capacity for learning. In fact, the best performers in the entire school came from the drama club.
Clap for yourselves. So, what have you guys learned? I'm beginning with you. You sing.
I've learned to be confident.
Don't tell me that. Nobody gives me that as an answer. They always say that. Give me an answer that shows that you've learned something that's bigger than that.
I've learned to put spirit when I'm singing and to use energy.
I have learned that whenever I'm doing something, especially when I did it by myself, I should do it wholeheartedly. I should do everything possible to make it perfect.
Passy.
Learn to do everything with all my heart and with all my strength and with all that I can do to make it special.
Elisa.
I've learned to do something with my heart and give people vibe to love what I'm doing.
To love what you're doing. Clap for Passy. I forgot that clap. And Rihanna. Our guest of honor. You've learned to be what? How come you? She's already invisible. What have you learned?
I've learned to sing and perform at the same time.
Sing and perform at the same time. What?
What the real thing I've learned, I've learned that while performing, your character can affect other people's character. Like when you're happy, you can make other people happy. When you're boring, you can make other people boring.
You know what I've loved about his performance the most? He was in control of the audience. Like I always tell us, we have to control the audience. Whether you are an MC, whether you are a performer. If you can't control the audience, that means your performance is not strong enough to get their attention. Do you notice they were with him from beginning to end? I don't know how much he got tipped, but I know he got tipped because I filmed it.
Yeah, actually, I got tipped.
Yeah, so.
I got tipped. I want to share some with you guys because we got tipped.
Oh, yeah.
All got tipped. Because my performance was with you guys, you were part of it and a very big part of it. So, yes, you deserve to share this tip.
Wow. Clap for that, guys. Are you guys listening?
Yes.
You can't like copy someone else's magic. You have to find your own magic and then bring it out. Once you bring it out, you will have total control over the audience. I think he has done it today. I don't know if he has noticed that he has done it, but I was watching the audience.
It was a good job.
Yeah, you guys also came and watched it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I had Shatra scream. I've never heard Shatra scream. What were you screaming? I just
Magic.
Wow, she said magic in the middle of the. Shatra doesn't scream. She's not a screaming person.
Yeah, so I'm sharing with you guys equally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm going to eat your money. Ha 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 ha. I follow our YouTube channel. See now I'm marketing. Yeah. Which friends you need to like say goodbye to before you go?
I wanted to talk to the storyteller.
Oh, come, maybe you can find her this side. Yeah. Shatra, you want something to drink before you go, or you want us to stop at the supermarket?
Yeah, we stop at
Now we're back.
Yeah, we stop at
We stop at the supermarket. The code what?
Caramel.
Government.
Caramel.
Shatra launched her very first poetry collection titled Light of Hearts. Peace got her own podcast on Reminac TV titled The Kids Say Podcast, where she shares information about the rights of children, plus information about things that they need to know in order to navigate this uncertain world that we are in. Shatra went ahead to do the second season of The Spill. She did it so well that it has become impossible to find another child that can measure up to her. Peace was able to write her own song, her own music, and her music teacher, Mr. Cole, and I were very inspired by her song and her lyrics that we invested in studio time to have her professionally record her single. By the end of the year, she had her own single, the very first single to ever come out of Reminac. The song is titled Give Thanks, and it's such an amazing song. Shatra also went ahead to write her second poetry collection titled Soundless Mouth, after witnessing the limitlessness of spoken word and the power of poetry and how poetry can be used as a means for social justice and social change. Not only that, Shatra went on to headline as a spoken word artist at various functions. She also became a voice actor for the animated short film titled Kakomando, where she played a leading role. Peace also was a part of the voice actors that made the movie Kakomando. Shatra also went ahead to do voiceover work for different organizations, including Reminac. And the dream that I had always had of children receiving lucrative opportunities for their talents and skills started to come true. They started to earn money from their skills, from their talents. They were paid for their voice acting services, they were paid for their voiceover work, they were paid for their poetry collections, they were paid for their presentation skills, and they got to see firsthand the power of their skills and talents. Before the end of 2023, Peace had gone on to start her own non-profit organization, and Shatra had gone on to start her own company. The duo of Peace and Shatra went on to collect 6 Reminac Rising Star Kids Awards, something that had never happened before in the history of the awards because of how talented, how self-driven, and how disciplined they had become and still are. Sometimes people ask me how I train such multi-talented children. I have no straight answer, because no matter how passionate I am about teaching, no matter how dedicated I am to passing all my skills to the next generation, if the children I am teaching are not willing to learn, there is absolutely nothing I can do about it. But if they are willing to learn, the amount of talent they get to awaken and the amount of skills they get to learn will always exceed even my own expectations. And the class of 2022-2023 is a living testimony of the unique potential that lies within every child.